Welcome to another edition of CWL Universe. Make sure to check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/KirbyCWL for more of your favorite content. The description will have the link below, and I hope to see you there. Enjoy the show.
It's our time to shine. Show that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, thinking that I'm too pop. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Giving what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And no, I am not going through life regretfully. I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some odd job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy. I'm getting with all forgotten souls, so stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your balls. I got squat, I fold, I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she holding shit, talk to close. I ain't stopping though, it's hip-hop, you know. Or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping down, no, my pocket's grown. You can't stop the show, so get rockin' on. So let me break it all down for you.
It's time for Nemesis 5.13, 1 week from what happened at Gold in the Bank. I am Joey Sinclair, joined by the chairman here today, and what a show we have for you all today.
Absolutely. We're going to get things started off with the brand new Nemesis heavyweight champion, Golden Mask, who actually defeated two other men in that matchup, BMS and Connor Gates, to claim the prize that he set his sights on from the get-go. The moment he joined CWL, he said, I want the Nemesis championship, and now it's there in his grasp.
Yeah, and it was a hard journey to get that title after all of kind of the tricks that BMS had been playing on him throughout the entire time that he wanted this title. He finally broke through it all at Gold in the Bank, and finally we have Golden Mask standing here as your Nemesis heavyweight champion.
And you're right, those tests and tribulations were actually some of the sickest that I've seen from BMS, whether it was sicking Chris Edwards on them, getting the Asphodel models on them, or whatever it was. Golden Mask overcame so much. But here's the thing, his demeanor hasn't changed at all. He's still the exact same Golden Mask from before. He knows those tricks because he pulls them off himself, maybe in a little bit more of a right way, if you will, with the backroom dealings. But he's still the same conniving Golden Mask that we've seen before from backroom dealings.
Yeah, and I think, if he didn't have that mindset, he might not be standing here as your Nemesis heavyweight champion, Maybe he was a bit more experienced with what was happening around him. Even though these tricks were hurting him, he knew what BMS's eventual final plan would be, because that's a plan that he would probably execute himself if he was the Nemesis heavyweight champion. But we're gonna find out if that's actually true as he's out here. What a moment it was for him last week.
And he has been given the opportunity to name his next contender. And I guess we're going to find out who it is right now, because Golden Mask seems ready to let us know.
Last week, at Gold in the Bank, I succeeded at something I set out to do when I first came here. From Pro Wrestling Primate, to Puertas de Guerra Lucha Libre, to most of Japan Pro Wrestling, I fought my way to the top and taken what I deserved. And now I'm top of the mountain here in CWL as Nemesis Heavyweight Champion. This is a title that's been held by John Spartacus, Alex Perez, Dr. Wrestling Jr., and Connor Gates. A lineage that I am proud to say I'm now part of. With no clear number one contender, I've been asked to select an opponent for 0 Hour. to do this? I've thought long and hard about the dream matches I wanted when I first signed with CWL. Most of those legends have retired. However, there is still one man on my bucket list. Unfortunately, unless Senor Reyes is willing to step up to the big stage, that match will have to wait. This only leaves one choice for my first challenger for the title. A man with the single best win-loss ratio in the CWL. A man who has earned my respect. A man who has earned my friendship. My brother-in-arms. Eli frickin' Evans is my first choice for an opponent, and is the man I'll be facing in a ladder match at 0 hour. You actually had no idea about this before we came out, but you deserved a shot, Eli. Let's put on a showcase of what we're capable of. And if you climb the ladder and take that belt before I can, I will be the first to shake your hand and show you.
Oh, it looks like someone does not like the decision that Golden Mask has just picked. He has picked Eli Evans, but it looks like Zach Anderson has something to say about that.
You want a shot at the title. You're not a top guy on Nemesis, Zach. You're not even the top guy in Kingsman.
Golden Mask, please, for the love of it, shut up. I have earned my way to the top. I have eaten a former world champion multiple times, and I have defeated both halves of the American Dream Banks. And I have most definitely earned this shot and proven I am better than everyone in backroom dealings. Also, everyone in the Kingsman isn't equal. We believe we are as good as each other, unlike you and your group of lackeys, because you need help to win.
Fine. You earn your place next week, and we'll see about giving you a shot. But you at best stay out of my way, or you might not even make it to 0 hour.
Oh, and now Golden Mask immediately striking. Zach Anderson has him up with the 24-karat slam. Slamming Zach Anderson back down onto the mat. A message has been sent by Golden Mask to make sure that Zach Anderson doesn't get in his way.
Golden Mask definitely sending a message here, as Zach Anderson just went through a cage fight 7 days ago, but now it looks like he's after the Nemesis Championship, and Golden Mask says not today.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Zach Anderson believes he's more deserving than Eli Evans, but we'll see who might be the number one contender in the following weeks to come. But up next, we have Jada King versus Liza Hoare. Liza Hoare coming off a tough loss against Holly Queen 2 weeks ago, not being able to claim the openweight championship. And Jada King looking to get herself back up to title contention.
Honestly, Liza Hoare was on a dream run as of late, and it all came crashing down against Holly Queen. Let's hope that her confidence is not shaken, especially when she faces somebody that main event at Endgame.
The opening match of Nemesis is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 185 pounds, from Harlem, New York, the Queen of Harlem, Jada King.
Jada King making her way down to the ring, looking to get back up to the top spot where she was at Nemesis. Just like at Endgame, she was walking in as the Nemesis Women's Champion. And I think now she's looking to finally get back to that top spot here on Nemesis.
Well, we know that we don't have a clear-cut number one contender for the Nemesis Women's Championship yet. Jada King could be looking at that. I don't think she's gotten a one-on-one match with Selena in quite some time, and both women have evolved since then. I think it's going to be a very interesting development, especially if she can get a victory over Liza Hoare. Again, with the kind of momentum that Liza Hoare has had lately, this is not going to be an easy victory for either woman.
And her opponent, weighing 137 pounds. From Chicago, Illinois, Liza Hora.
And Liza Horror also looking to bounce back after, you know, the loss she took against Holly Queen. But if there's anyone that can do it right now, I believe it's Liza Horror. Even though she might have lost, I don't think all of that momentum just snaps away just because of that one loss. I believe Liza Horror can bounce back from this, and if she can get a win again and get back on that streak, you know, it would be incredible for her.
You're actually kind of correct there, Sinclair. We saw Sammy Douglas lose to Blade Coleman in that Prince of Genesis title match at Aftermath, but then the week after, which was just yesterday, he actually ended up bouncing back against Miguel Gutierrez. So, Liza Horror could very well do the same thing here. She could lose the title match, but then bounce back against Jada King. But this is a completely different style, as we can see Jada King right here immediately on the attack to Liza Horror.
Yeah, Jada King not messing around, wanting to probably get this match over as soon as possible to cover now. Only a 1 count, though, as Jada King it clearly just wants to finish this match off as soon as possible. Maybe it's her bit of her strategy as she wants to quickly get the job done and show how dominant that she is here on Nemesis.
I mean, it's not without fault either. She's been doing fantastic here on Nemesis of lane. Look at this. Jada King just tossing Liza Horror. This is a mauling so far.
Yeah, the absolute strength there from Jada King. I mean, there's like a 50-pound weight difference between these two women. And you can see that the strength has come into effect early on in this match, but Liza Horror not backing down one bit. Jada King maybe getting a bit too confident here as she was taunting, but getting interrupted by Liza as both women now exchanging strikes into now a big German suplex bridge now. No, barely even a 1 count there for Liza Horror.
And now lock up there, but Liza Horror managed to get the best of it. Now she's using her speed and quickness, which is exactly what Liza Horror needs to do. That is what got her to the dance here. She can't try and play a power game with Jada King one bit. She's got to go for her plan of attack, which is going to be speed, and speed kills.
Yeah, right now it's working quite well, but Jada King trying to shut that down by any means necessary, taking her down with that kick there. And now looking to show off possibly that strength once again, has her up in a gut wrench position. In a big gut wrench suplex there, slamming down Liza Horror on the mat. And you have to wonder, when is it going to be a point where that spine has taken enough damage to finish the job?
Oh, look at that. We're going to have to find out soon as Jada King into the cover.
The cover, 1, 2. No, that eye rake into that vicious roundhouse kick wasn't enough to get the job done, but Jada King might put on the finishing touches here. Has her up. Oh, vicious slam there by Jada King into the cover quickly. 1, 2, 3, and that's all she wrote as Jada King gets the win here on Nemesis.
The winner of the match, the Queen of Heart, Jada King.
The Harlem Heartache was heartache enough for Liza Horror as she was put down for the 3 count. Is now you have to wonder, is Jada King, well, she might go after that Nemesis Women's Championship that Selena Adams is holding because of this win here.
Absolutely. I think she's making a case for herself to be the next contender. Or maybe she could try again against Holly Queen in a one-on-one match for the Openweight Championship. The field is wide open for contenders. They just need to step up and rise, and Jada King is making a case for herself loud and clear.
Yeah, big win here for Jada King. But up next, we have the Show-Stealing Syndicate facing off against Anarchy Inc. Anarchy Inc. now having Jacob Nitro, who is your Gordon the Bank briefcase winner. And as that holder, you can cash in for any title, anywhere, any place, anytime, really. It could be going to Genesis and going after the King of Genesis. He could go back for the tag team titles. There's a lot of options for Jacob Nitro right now, but up first, he wants to put down the Show-Stealing Syndicate.
The following tag team match is set for one fall. Introducing first, the team of Tony Samuels, George Collop, the Show-Stealing Syndicate.
Tony Samuels and George Collop, the show-stealing syndicate, looking to steal the show once again as they head into action with Anarchy Inc. And I'm pretty sure, George Collop, he had a couple words on social media about Jacob Nitro, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. He thinks that Jacob Nitro doesn't deserve that briefcase and it should be coming to George Collop instead. But they had their chance. They had their opportunity. Unfortunately, they came up short. And George Collop has been telling us himself that he doesn't feel like a loser, even though he feels like one. And, it's a confidence thing. So he's got to come out here, show us what he's got. And personally, I don't think he's a loser. I think he's a fantastic talent.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they got to the finals of that tag team tournament together when no one expected them to do so. We know they have the talent, but will it get them the win here tonight?
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 418 pounds, FJA, Jacob Nitro, Anarchy Inc.
And Anarchy Inc. looking to put down the show-stealing syndicate. Jacob Nitro clearly high on confidence after getting that Gold in the Bank briefcase. It has to be it clearly has to be a confidence booster. As Jacob Nitro, I think he's yet to have singles gold. Besides having those tag team championships and now being able to have a briefcase that wields all of this power, it has to help him out a lot.
Absolutely, and Jacob Nitro has been a phenomenal talent ever since he joined us here back in Season 2, Sinclair. So that's almost 4 years here that he's been here. Season 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 years. There it is. I just did the math right now on my fingers. And the fact that he's been here this long, has never been a singles champion, but never been deterred, and still being one of the highest, most talented people that we have on the entire roster. I think it just speaks to Jacob Nitro's moxie within himself, his belief in himself, that one day he will be great. And we saw it happen to Harris just a few years ago. Jacob Nitro's breakthrough could be on the horizon.
Yeah, you have to have that confidence. You can't really get down on yourself, as we know, the mental game here in the CWO, it's something very important, because once you start getting down on yourself, that might be, the kind of the downfall that you'll have here in FJA, making sure that he keeps up momentum for Anarchy Inc. and for himself as well, as everyone in this match is looking to get themselves a big win here.
Absolutely, and I think personally, if we're talking about momentum, there'll be no bigger momentum than the Show-Stealing Syndicate winning this matchup, because not only are they taking down former tag team champions here in Anarchy Inc., even though the champions were Jacob Nitro and Brian Adams, that name still has some gravity to it. And the Show-Stealing Syndicate not only would be getting that victory, but also a victory over the man who won Gold in the Bank. That's massive.
Yeah, definitely is. Tony Samuels not letting up one, bit of clothesline over the top rope there by Tony Samuels, and going down to the outside, looking to do some more here on that padded concrete. But Jacob Nitro able to fight out of it and turn it to a Northern Light suplex. Tony Samuels' spine must be hurting after landing on that padded concrete.
Barely padded concrete, Sinclair. That's very, very thin lining. A lot of people are like, oh, how do you take a landing like that? Not very well, as now we see that mule kick there from Jacob Nitro, absolutely just decimating Tony Samuels on the outside.
Yeah, might have been a mistake here to take him down to the outside, but Tony Samuels not backing down one bit, stomping on Nitro, and now looking for something, but Nitro able to get out of it, and now is spinning back kick there by Nitro, using this not high risk, but these strikes that could be damaging in the long term, because he landed right on his back when he hit that kick.
We're up to a count of 11 here, Sinclair. They've only gotten to the count of 20 to get back in, and it sounds like Tony Samuels heard me, maybe, perhaps, as he gets right back into the ring. And now the action continues, but now he's in full control as he tags in George Calop. I thought Nitro may have been going for a tag, but now Nitro and Calop immediately going right after each other.
Yeah, these two have been talking on social media, and now it's time to put their differences, the refs, online and get them out in the ring here. Calop looking for something, but Nitro able to take him down with the arm. Following up, Nitro into the corner. And it looks like has him up on the top. He could be going. Yeah, I think he is setting himself up for that spider suplex. Absolutely devastating for George Calop. And now the splash there by Nitro. It's taken out multitude of competitors. Will it take out George Calop? One. No, only a 1 count as Tony Samuels was able to break it up. But FJA taking down Samuels, making sure that won't happen again.
That Nitro boost, definitely something that we've seen a lot of people be put away by. But George Calop, not a man, not a normal man here, Sinclair. Not tonight, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot more to take down George Calop. We know how tough these the show-stealing syndicate are. You know, even though they might be one of the newest tag teams here in the CWL, they definitely made their mark. And they're looking to make more of a mark here tonight as Calop looks to work on the arm of Jacob Nitro. And oh! Vicious lariat takes down Nitro.
But look at that, Sinclair. It looks like it really took a lot out of George Calop because he needed to take a bit of a breather. But now spitting that green mist into his hand, I don't know if that's going to add any extra damage now or not.
Yeah, whatever George Calop's plans are, he might be to finish it off here. Is now has them. Oh, he has a sleeper. The hand might be under the chin. Will Jacob Nitro tap out? Wrenching back. Nitro trying to find a way out. And now elbows right to the gut of Calop, and then one to the face as it makes him let go of that hold there. Nitro sending him into the corner again, but Calop, knowing what Nitro might be going for, able to get out of it and take him down with that scoop slam. And Nitro responding with a dragon screw. These two competitors going back and forth right now.
Now Jacob Nitro surviving that assault from George Calop and still firing back. It could be just the message that he needs. But now look at this. Maybe setting up for another spider suplex. It worked so well the first time.
If it works once, might try to do it again as it connects. And Nitro, that combo, Nitro boost, hits one more time. No, again, a 1 count as Tony Samuels was able to break it up. And now, a drop kick right to the ref there by Tony Samuels. I think might be a bit frustrated.
Tony Samuels doing what he has to do to keep this match alive. If he has to break up the pinfall, if he has to take down the ref, I don't agree with it. I hope that the referee is okay, but Tony Samuels doing everything that he has to do in order to get the victory here, or at least keep this match alive.
Yeah, as now Calop could be going for a tag in the Samuels as he's crawling to the corner, but not able to apply the tag as Nitro finally noticed it and interrupts it. 2 clotheslines taking down Calop into a big super kick, and this could spell trouble for the show-stealing syndicate.
Absolutely. Now here we see Jacob Nitro sending George Calop to the corner again. Could he be thinking a third combination here?
Calop once again figuring out, getting out of that position, but Nitro able to move him out of the way and take him down with a beautiful Hurricane Rana. And Nitro tried his hardest, but it wasn't enough as he couldn't stop that tag. As now Tony Samuels is in that ring, and you know he has to be really fresh as he's barely been involved in this matchup.
Absolutely. That is what tag team wrestling is about. You always want the fresher man in the ring. no matter what. And Tony Samuels and George Caleb have had that in spades so well. And now Tony Samuels coming in against Jacob Nitro. Look at that drop toe hold. Beautiful form there. And it just goes to show how fresh he is, even though Jacob Nitro is starting to fight back.
Yeah. Oh, what a move there. That could be enough to take him out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the shoulder is up at 2 as that rolling cutter of sorts just wasn't able to get the job done.
Now Tony Samuels, look at that beautiful drop kick as he goes to the other side. And once again, another beautiful drop kick here from Tony Samuels. Jacob Nitro's in a lot of trouble, and this is the part where he needs to tag out to FJA.
Yeah, but the show-stealing syndicate doing a great job of not letting that happen, as having Jacob Nitro in their corner clearly helps with that. What the hell is he going for here? Oh! The knees right to the gut from the top rope. That could be it. 1, 2, oh! And it looks like FJA takes down the ref and the pinfall, and it looks like a bit of a miscommunication there from the show-stealing syndicate, as it looked like Tony Samuels was going for a back suplex, but just wasn't able to connect with it.
I don't think it was miscommunication. It was new and unique. It worked. It got FJA out of the match. Right now, this is the show-stealing syndicate's opportunity to get back into this matchup and take the win here. There's nobody to interrupt the pinfall. Somebody needs to do something and take down Jacob Nitro.
This isn't helping one bit, as a spider suplex now landing on to Tony Samuels, and Nitro boost. That vicious combo could be enough to finish it. 1, 2, but again, George Caleb able to break it up again. And like, this is great tag work from the show-stealing syndicate, able to break up each other's pinfalls, but this armbar could be enough to take out Samuels.
Now here's the problem, Sinclair. Here's the problem. That was a fantastic opportunity to win that matchup for Jacob Nitro, but he had no tag team partner to help him. If FJA had gone inside the ring and stopped Caleb, that could have been it. But Jacob Nitro, that was not something that I'm used to seeing from a former tag team champion.
You know, possibly maybe the confidence of getting that gold in the brink briefcase might be getting to the head of Nitro just a bit. You know, just a teeny bit, as Tony Samuels getting the tag in the Caleb, and he's on a roll, taking him down with a shoulder block, and has a big elbow strike right to the back of the head, and big sidewalk slam by George Caleb as Nitro, he desperately needs a tag, and he finally gets it. FJA, we talked about Tony Samuels being one of the freshest men in this match. It might be FJA, but that back body drop not helping one bit.
FJA has fought titans. FJA has fought champions. Literally, FJA has seen it all here in the CWL, and George Caleb is just able to take him down to size, as now this looks like a bad spot here, Sinclair.
Yeah, both tag team partners are down. Nitro's down, Samuels is down, and now that chokehold might be applied once again, and it is with no one to help. FJA is trapped in that chokehold. It will be, yes it is. FJA tapping out in the show-stealing syndicate, getting the big victory here tonight.
The winners of the match, the team of Tony Samuels, George Caleb, Show Stealing Syndicate.
And that's one way to steal the show, beating former tag team champions. As you know, George Calipy talked about him not being a loser. That was a great way to show that you're really not a loser if you're able to tap out FJA.
Absolutely, and I think that the Show Stealing Syndicate are setting themselves up for a possible tag team title opportunity. But speaking of setting up, we know that Jake Eagle, he's a free man now. He's free from the vices. According to the stipulation that was set at Gold in the Bank, if he lost that match, he had to leave the vices. We're going to be seeing a new Jake Eagle here, and quite frankly, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. We know Jake Eagle's capable. He's he's a great wrestler here in the CWL, and finally he's free from the vices. It's great for him, but let's see what he shows us here tonight.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, representing the American Dream Boats, weighing 205 pounds, from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., Jake Eagle.
A free man that Jake Eagle is right now. He finally, Zach Anderson finally, you know, because of his win at Gold in the Bank, it finally took out Jake Eagle from the vices. And like we were saying before the match, I'm excited to see what he has in store for us.
Well, he looks the same. I expected a whole new outlook here, maybe, perhaps, but I guess we're going to see what he does in the ring. Jake Eagle is still very capable. Jake Eagle is still, I think, the winningest superstar from Season 4. So, you know, that Jake Eagle's not gone. He just had a bit of a road bump against Zach Anderson, and now we're going to see how he does here against a brand new talent in Snipers.
Yeah, you know, it can be a fresh start facing off against a new person in Snipers who hasn't been here for a while on Nemesis. So it could be a great start for Jake Eagle to get a good win and finally bounce back from a couple of losses he's been taking from the hands of Zach Anderson.
And his opponent, weighing in at 71.2 stone, from Edinburgh, Scotland, Sniper.
Snipers looking, you know, to finally, you know, he hasn't had, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he's had a win here ever since he moved to Nemesis. And, you know...
Yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, he hasn't. But that doesn't mean that he's not a fantastic talent, Sinclair.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's not a great talent. You know, we saw how good he was on Genesis, but it just hasn't translated to the Nemesis roster just yet. But we've seen Genesis superstars. They've taken a bit of a cold streak, and then they finally bounce back from it. A great example is in Carl Stone on Vindication, where he didn't get he didn't get a win until the new season started, and then he finally, you know, he went on this huge hot streak. This could be a turning point for Snipers after, you know, not being on Gold in the Bank. It could motivate him to just turn a new leaf and, you know, get himself the change that he needs to start getting wins around here.
I actually very much agree with that. And I don't think it's a cold streak, really. It's an adjustment period. Some people have come on here onto the scene and they just completely burst into it and they've become immediate favorites. For others, it took them a little while. Carl Stone being a phenomenal example for Vindication. And you're right, that could be Snipers here on Nemesis.
Yeah, but we'll see as these two exchanging holds there. Jake Eagle taking him down, sweeping the leg as he had the arm control there. And oh! Vicious lariat, just taking down Snipers, but not liking that one bit, taking down the leg. But Jake Eagle responding, sweeping the leg of his own as these two are easily going back and forth, both looking to get momentum.
Now look at this, Jake Eagle. Oh, Just getting completely dragged here by Snipers. Snipers taking advantage of
Oh,
the fact that Jake Eagle just got knocked out
and
7
quickly
days
into
ago.
a pin. Oh, yeah, like you were saying, they're only getting a 1 count, but Jake Eagle, you know, he was in a brutal cage fight against Zach Anderson, so you have to wonder, maybe, you know, he's not as strong as he usually is, because, I mean, after a vicious fight like that, it takes a bit for you to recover.
100%. There's a reason why in MMA there are medical suspensions after you get knocked out. Luckily, I think Jake Eagle passed all the tests, at least from what I've seen, unless he forged the papers, which, you know, we're going to have a bit of a problem because I want the safety of all the competitors to be at the utmost importance.
And we know Jake Eagle, it's all about fighting. I mean, it says it right on his shirt as they're now cranking the neck of Snipers here. As you know, Jake Eagle, he might have to adjust a bit of his offense because he might be not as he might be a bit weakened than what he usually is. As now you see the technical work there from Jake Eagle, a body scissors right to the stomach of Snipers.
And this is a thing that I don't think Snipers was prepared for. Jake Eagle is very much a technical wrestler. He is an Olympian, for God's sakes. And now he is in trouble as Snipers is just getting mangled here by Jake Eagle.
Yeah, when you face off against a bit of a Olympian there, you have to wonder what you have to do, and it could be just that, the turning point, throwing Jake Eagle all the way down to that barely padded concrete. And now vicious strike there, taking down Jake Eagle. This could be a turning point for Snipers.
Oh, now Jake Eagle there with that wild overhand right gets caught by Snipers as they get back inside the ring. Snipers now in full control, it seems, as they crash into each other. But now Jake Eagle gonna attempt to do the same, sends him to the corner instead. Beautiful dropkick from Eagle.
Now, set up right into a DDT. And now Jake Eagle, not relenting one bit, strikes right to the head. And a stomp to the gut for good measure. Pinfall now. 1, 2. No. Kick out at 2 from Snipers. Jake Eagle just surveying, figuring out what he has to do to finish off this match. And oh, what a vicious stretch that is from Jake Eagle, and it taps out Snipers. Is Jake Eagle, he gets the win here tonight from that vicious hold.
The winner of the match, Jake Eagle.
Big win here for Jake Eagle as he's bouncing back after that loss to Zach Anderson. Like we said, this could be a brand new fresh start for Jake Eagle.
But it seems that the Boston Tea Party is still in full effect for Jake Eagle as he managed to pick up the victory with that maneuver.
Yeah, but up next, we have a big matchup here. I think, Jessie Anderson, she's had her problems with Belle Florent that have been highly, shown here on Nemesis. And, Jessie Anderson, she wanted Belle, but Belle was like, no, I don't think so. You can fight. If anything, you should fight Tiffany Quinn before you fight me again. And that's what's happening here tonight.
Well, we know that Jessie Anderson actually, if I'm not mistaken, has 2 victories over the Hunt with 2 different partners. If I'm Belle, I want that matchup.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 200 pounds, from London, England, Jessie Anderson.
Jessie Anderson looking to get herself more momentum, as she wasn't on Gold in the Bank, But, that's not going to stop her one bit. She wants to get back and get back into a title scene where she was. I mean, it wasn't long ago she was challenging Selena Adams for the Nemesis Women's Championship, but she wasn't successful. She wasn't successful there. She wasn't successful in getting into Gold in the Bank. But getting a win here against Tiffany Quinn, that could be a starting point for Jessie Anderson.
Absolutely. And, again, we're going to talk about what we talked about earlier. The field is wide open for contenders, Sinclair. Wide open. Who is going to be the next to rise to Selena Adams or Holly Quinn even?
Yeah, it only takes a one win or one opportunity, and then if you just take that, it could lead you to any title shot. And I think Jessie Anderson looks to be capitalizing on that here tonight, but she has to beat Tiffany Quinn first before any of that.
And her opponent, representing the Hunt, weighing 138 pounds, from the Woodlands, Texas, Tiffany Quinn.
Tiffany Quinn, excited as ever to get down into the ring here tonight and face off against someone that's been causing problems for the Hunt and Jessie Anderson. I mean, she has been a bit of the thorn in the side for the Hunt. As like you said, they had 2 wins over the Hunt with different partners. So getting a one-on-one victory here for Tiffany Quinn, it could be big to finally stop Jessie Anderson.
Very well could be. And, Tiffany Quinn has always been a bit of an enigma here in the CWL. Some days she is just on it, and she's one of the top people that we have here. But then other days she falters. So now the question is, which Tiffany Quinn are we going to be seeing here before us?
Well, we're about to find out as the referee rings the bell. These 2 locking up at first, but Jessie Anderson pushing Tiffany Quinn over to the ropes. Here, referee finally separating them, and we get a clean break here from the 2. Something I'm a bit surprised about because Jessie Anderson, she has a bit of a confident side to herself, and could be trying to get into the mind of the Hunt.
She very well could be. And now look at this. Jessie Anderson with a beautiful clothesline, as now she's just dragging Tiffany Quinn. Now, I'm very curious to see how much different Jessie Anderson's strategy is going to be in this matchup compared to her previous matches, especially coming off, not only not qualifying for Gold in the Bank, but also the loss. Well, I guess that's my answer right there.
Oh, pinfall quickly, but only a 1 count for Jessie Anderson.
She just flipped off our crowd, dude. That's not okay.
Listen, right. Everyone has different strategies here in the CWL. If that's how she wants to go about it, then so be it. But we'll see if it's successful. And both women fighting each other back. That gut kick, but no! Big stop there from Tiffany Quinn, and now big leg drop. And I thought she might have been holding it for a pinfall there, but no, looking to just beat down on Jessie even more with slamming her onto the mat. Pinfall now, only a 1 count.
Absolutely, only 1 count. And here is the enigmatic side of Tiffany Quinn, as I mentioned, as she's just starting to mosh to herself in the center of the ring as Jessie Anderson gets back up to her feet. But now that may have given the opening to Jessie Anderson as she's turning it around. Look at that, driving the back of the neck right into the knee.
That has to hurt. Your head just getting bashed on the knee. It has to be devastating. Is Jessie Anderson now looking to wear down Tiffany Quinn even more with that headlock? And it looks to be working quite well. Just keep wrenching the back each and every time she feels Tiffany Quinn trying to get out of that hold here. And, this is a good strategy of wearing down Tiffany Quinn.
Absolutely fantastic strategy here as Tiffany Quinn just gets right back up to her feet and connects with a back elbow.
Out of nowhere. That was absolutely amazing there from Tiffany Quinn, and not letting up one bit. Big knee strike after the hip toss. as the momentum has clearly shifted here. Big knee strike by Quinn, and now going into the corner, calling up Jesse. This could be it if it connects. Runs. Oh, miss. Oh, kick right to the back of the head. That could be enough. Tiffany Quinn quickly into the pinfall. 1, 2, 3, and oh, that's it. Tiffany Quinn able to shut down Jesse Anderson.
The winner of the match, Tiffany Quinn.
What a win here for Tiffany Quinn. I mean, that really came out of nowhere. That I thought that headlock was like just applied, but then, after Jesse Anderson let go, once she kicked up, it was like a whole new matchup.
100%, and Tiffany Quinn came to bring it. As I said, it's an enigma. Some days she's on it, some days she's not, and today she was. But coming up next, we have a very interesting matchup as we see Connor Gates making his first appearance and losing at Gold in the Bank for that Nemesis Championship against another member of Backroom Dealings that we haven't really heard of as of late in Cairo.
Yeah, this could be a huge win for Cairo, as we haven't heard from him in a while. But if you're able to beat a former 2-time Nemesis heavyweight champion, it does big things for you. We're about to find out if he's able to get the win here, though.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 210 pounds, from Dudley, England, Connor Gates.
Tough loss last week at Gold in the Bank for Connor Gates, as once again, he was close to getting back that Nemesis Heavyweight Championship, and now you have to wonder, what do you think his plans are in store after taking a loss like that?
Quite frankly, after being a 2-time Nemesis champion and failing on your third attempt to become one a third time, I think Connor Gates just needs to get back to the, not disrespectfully, back of the line and build himself back up, because there's a whole lot of other people out there that want a shot at Connor Gates.
And his opponents, representing Backroom Dealings, weighing 229 pounds, from New York City, Cairo.
And Cairo looking to, get himself, back on track, it seems. On Genesis, Cairo was seen like the guy that was going to go to Nemesis or Vindication, turn to be Nemesis, and, he was going to steal the show and, show why, he was a former king of Genesis champion and, find his way into the title scene. But really, that hasn't really happened just yet. But this could be a great opportunity for Cairo, because if he's able to beat someone on the caliber of Connor Gates, it could do a lot for yourself.
Absolutely. Cairo at one point was the golden boy of the Backroom Dealings. He was the superstar. He was the one that everybody said was going to be the breakout star. And then Eli Evans kind of took that role from him whenever, they started coming into the run here on Nemesis. But a win over Connor Gates could absolutely 100% put him right back in the talk for that.
Yeah, but Connor Gates is not going to let that happen just as easy as that DDT there. But no, both men once again going back and forth, but no, big calf kick there taking down Gates. And you have to wonder, what's the strategy for the bouncing back after being so close to being the Nemesis heavyweight champion. I mean, Connor Gates wasn't even, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, I think he wasn't even the one pinned in that matchup. So that's be absolutely devastating to be losing there. So you have to wonder what's the correct mindset for him to get back on track.
Well, you bring up a good point there. You're correct. He wasn't the one involved in the decision to crown the champion. So I think Connor Gates has an easier road to get back up there. But again, Golden Mask was allowed to choose his next contender. He chose Eli Evans. Zach Anderson said nah. So now Connor Gates honestly has a chance to rebuild himself. Take that, what made you champion and evolve it. There's a reason you're still one of the top contenders here. But now he just has to take a little bit of a detour before he can get right back on that horse.
Pinfall, though, quickly by Cairo. Only a 1 count, though, as Connor Gates was able to power out. And yeah, this seems like good advice, as now he's going into a pinfall. Another 1 count as Cairo was able to kick out. Both of these men quickly going for pinfalls, but not able to get the win here. Could be seeing to what their opponent is at, how long it takes for them to get out of a move, see how weakened there are. There's a ton of ways to figure out why you're going to a pinfall. Is now Cairo just slams Connor Gates' head on the turnbuckle multiple times.
Very interesting showing here from Cairo as Connor Gates gets back into this with a swinging neck breaker. But Cairo is being more methodical. Normally we see him charge head on like a bull. That's why he's the golden bull of the backroom dealings. And that's why he's given that moniker. But, he's being a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical. He knows what he wants to do next. And it's a different side of Cairo that we haven't seen before.
Will it be effective? That twisted view won't do any help for Cairo, as his head might have been knocked clean off, but looks like not, as Cairo able to bounce back. Michinoku driver by Cairo, not letting up one bit, but Connor Gates doing the same. That kick there, and now going up to the top rope here. What could Connor Gates be planning here today? Oh, it looks like he whatever that was, pinfall. 2, only a 2 count though.
I think he was trying to go for a stomp from the top rope, misjudged the distance, but still got some of it. That's why he can run into the pinfall. But now Connor Gates lifting up Cairo. Here we go, Sinclair. Code Bled.
Code Bled might be enough to finish the job. 1, 2. No, Cairo able to kick out at 2, not giving up just yet. This could be an opportunity for Cairo, now able to kick out of that Code Bled and bounce back in this match.
Oh, look at this. That roll up, the wind up, I should say. As Cairo now has an awesome opportunity here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The Black Bull.
What a stop there by Cairo. 1, 2. Oh, the shoulder up at 2 from Connor Gates. Is that almost was it? And both of these men have taken each other's best shot. So you have to wonder now, what do they have to do to finish the job?
Honestly, they both have tasted each other's best maneuvers, and they're still standing. They're still going after each other. Like I said earlier, with Connor Gates, you have to evolve. They have to figure out a way to evolve their moveset just a little bit, bring something new, go deeper into the well, as it looks like Connor Gates may have just done that.
Fall 2. No, Cairo kicking out at 2 once again, as both of these men just, it's incredible to see the resiliency of each other. But Cairo trying to put in the finishing touches, stomp right to the arm of Connor Gates. And now Cairo going up to the top rope. Big frog splash quickly to the pin. 1, 2, 3. And Cairo with the huge victory here tonight, taking down a former 2-time Nemesis heavyweight champion.
the winner of the match, Cairo.
You said it yourself, Chairman. Each man needed to evolve their offense and show out something that the other wasn't prepared for. And that frog splash was just the move that was needed to get the win here tonight.
Absolutely. This is an amazing victory for Cairo. One definitely for the books, but now we're going to have to see what he does with this kind of momentum here, Sinclair.
Yeah, it would be a mistake not to capitalize on it. One bit is, Alexander here coming down to the ring, but he doesn't have that YouTube championship by his side.
We were supposed to have a ritual here to bring back Ken Warlock again, but again, you're right, he doesn't have his title with him. I know you have it, Alex. I know you took my YouTube championship. Keeping it away from me isn't going to be enough to stop me, even though I need it in my possession to finish this. You know, I was about to come out here and do the ritual, but no. You and your stupid Kingsman had to come in between me once again. Damn it, Clark, where the hell is my championship? I already beat Dr. Wrestling Jr. I'm not afraid of you, the weaker of the three Kingsmen. You want to play keep away? Fine. But be careful what you wish for, amateur.
Alexander, it looks like his YouTube championship where he claims that it was taken by Alex Clark. And it looks like the Kingsmen have once again stopped the attempts of a ritual here tonight.
The Kingsmen are literally being a thorn at Alexander's side because they don't want to see Ken Warlock back. It is their mission to stop all evil from coming. Whatever happens, they got to stop it. And that's exactly what Alex Clark did. I commend him for doing that.
Yeah, definitely would be a shame to see, the Fatal Vices come back. But enough about that. We have our main event coming up. Empresaria Reyes versus Cassidy Clark. We saw Empresaria powerbomb Cassidy Clark through a table 2 weeks ago, and Cassidy Clark's looking for revenge. Who's going to win here tonight in our main event?
The main event of Nemesis is set for one fall. Introducing first, Empresario Reyes.
Empresario Reyes slowly and methodically making her way down to a ring. A brand new attitude has dawned upon her after she betrayed Callie Kaplan a few weeks ago. And we saw how that new attitude led to her just beating down Cassidy Clark in the backstage area. But will it be successful here tonight? Because she angered Cassidy Clark, and we know how capable Cassidy Clark in that ring is. Will Empresaria regret it here tonight?
I don't think regret is the right word there, Sinclair. But if there's one thing that I know that Empresaria Reyes is trying to do here, she is just trying to mock Cassidy Clark. She is wearing her old ring gear here to send a message, I feel. It's, she has a brand new attitude, brand new look, brand new everything, but that demeanor hits so different.
And her opponent, representing Kingsman, weighing 155 pounds, from London, England, Cassidy Clark.
Cassidy Clark looking for some revenge, wasn't able to get the win at Gold in the Bank, and it could be accounted for having those ribs taped up after the vicious assault she took from Empresaria a couple weeks ago. And if I'm Cassidy Clark, she has to be angered just seeing Empresaria just standing in that ring as she comes down.
I mean, those ribs were taped up at Gold in the Bank, and they may have actually played a factor in Cassidy not winning that matchup, as we saw Lady Britannia on Vindication take that briefcase. But, I mean, you're right. The damage is done, and that's what we're going to have to watch out for. That's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on for this match, because we've seen Empresaria Reyes win with that bow and arrow submission. So that's a very dangerous weapon. I don't care who you are. If you're injured, if you're hurt, and you get that body part targeted, and then a deadly submission like that connects, it could be all she wrote.
Yeah, but maybe that's it. That could be the strategy here for Empresaria, but will it be effective here tonight? We're about to find out, as this is gonna be a big match, and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. Empresaria, Cassidy, let's get this main event in Nemesis started, as both women walking up to each other, and Cassidy Clark quickly going for a suplex there, not wasting 1 minute to beat down on Empresaria. Oh, but then a back elbow there from Empresaria after that suplex, and now quickly as the hammerlock. Oh, vicious DDT there, and quickly into a pinfall. Only a 1 count though, as Cassidy was able to power out.
Now here we go. Look at this. Cassidy Clark, former Nemesis Women's Champion in her own right, main evented Endgame as well just 4 months ago. But Empresaria Reyes is just using her speed to her absolute advantage.
Yeah, and it looks like Cassidy Clark it doesn't have an answer just yet. As you know, this offense from Empresaria has just been absolutely brutal. But no, Cassidy Clark able to catch a leg, but not able to capitalize on that. As Empresaria quickly back into the strikes, down her into the corner now. A big drop kick right to those injured ribs there. And I have to ask, what do you think, Cassidy Clark has to do to stop this offense from, just getting brutally attacked in that injured area?
And she's going to have to cover it up. Simple as that. She's just going to have to cover it up. She can't get caught. And you can see that Cassidy Clark is doing everything she can. But I don't know if this superplex is a good idea.
Oh, definitely enough to take down Empresaria as she's quickly going into a pinfall. 1, 2. A kick out at 2 though. But now, Cassidy, that has to hurt her as well, as she's going for this offense that definitely will be effective to Empresaria, but it might do more damage to herself.
Now look at that. She's hanging her up. But Cassidy Clark able to fire back. This is something that I'm impressed by Cassidy Clark. Even though she's hurt, she's not coming in at 100%. She's still taking the fight to Empresaria Reyes at every turn.
Yeah, not backing down one bit. It shows, really the guts that Cassidy Clark has, as now she's up to the top rope here. Big knee drop, landing smack dab on the face of Empresaria Reyes, as Cassidy, went for a big splash there, but missing, and Empresaria looking to capitalize on that mistake, has her down, and and the disrespect from Empresaria Reyes, that slap going to a pinfall. 1. Only a 1 count though, as Empresaria looks to be in shock that slap didn't get it done.
Now look at this. Empresaria Reyes gets caught as the fireman's carry able to get Cassidy Clark back in this, but Empresaria getting right back into it as well.
And these two going back and forth here. Punch turns her around. Devil's Lullaby from Cassidy Clark, and that could be it, but no, not backing down one bit. Now, Cassidy, that hold, that's taken out so many competitors. It could take out Empresaria here tonight. Stretching back on that arm. Will it be enough? Keep stretching back, but just shoves her onto that bottom rope there, as she wasn't able to get the tap out.
That was a very dangerous spot to be in for Empresarios. But look at this. Now she's doing it. Now she's going for it.
The bow and arrow. The bow and arrow, and those injured ribs has to be hurting for Cassidy Clark. As it's enough. It's enough. The bow and arrow takes out another one, as Empresaria gets a huge win here tonight.
the winner of the main event, Empresaria Reyes.
A huge win for Empresaria Reyes, as Cassie Clark, she's one of the best women on this roster, and even though she was injured, Empresaria has bragging rights now after that huge win.
She's just being cheeky right now. She is rubbing this win in front of Cassidy Clark's face. That's not the demeanor that we saw earlier during her entrance. But, regardless, we're going to move on to one last thing here before we call it a night, Sinclair. We know that Michael Young said that he wanted to come out here and say some words to Jay Scott. And Jay Scott is waiting patiently backstage right now to hear what Michael Young has to say.
Yeah, the Highwaymen, Michael Young and Pistol, they got the win over Starjammer, but I don't think it was quite over just yet, because Michael Young, he didn't pin Jay Scott, and I feel like there's a part of Michael Young that just wants to finally finish off Jay Scott for good.
Absolutely agreed. He wants that revenge on Jay Scott, and it's not going to be over until it's over. But here we go, Sinclair. Let's see what this man's got to say.
The Highwaymen had one goal in mind when we rode into town for Gold in the Bank, and that was victory over Starjammer LLC. Two of the greatest fighters to ever grace the squared circle are back, and we're better than ever.
No. You're not just gonna walk away from this, Mr. Young. When you came back to this company, when you decided to piss me off, you put events into motion. Events that have not yet reached their ultimate conclusion. If you expect to walk away from me without finishing what you started, hell, if you expect to walk away from me at all, you're about to get a nasty surprise, my friend. This isn't over until we meet each other in this CWL ring, just the two of us, and finish this once and for all.
You see, partner, my work here ain't done. I still got more choring to do. I came back to end the career of the line boss of CWL, and that is still something I aim to do. I didn't spend the weekend celebrating our victory over you and Roddy. Instead, I set out to come up with a way of ending you once and for all. And at 0 Hour J, I want you, and only you. No Roddy, no Pistolero, me versus you, and if I win, Starjammer is no more. I want you in an end of the line match.
Are you serious? You expect me to put my company, my livelihood, my magnum opus on the line just like that? Mr. Young, I'm surprised at you. You expect to throw me off balance with your blunt threats, your unreasonable assertions. This is a business deal, my friend, not an act of charity. If I'm putting something on the line, then it's only right that you do the same. And personally, I can only think of one thing that you have that would be as significant as Starjammer LLC's entire existence: your career. So what do you say, Mr. Young? Are you willing to risk retirement to get your hands on me?
Hell, Jay, your antics are what brought me out of my would-be retirement. So frankly, partner, I see this as a win-win. You want to put me out to pasture? So be it. I'll put the career I spent a decade building on the line if that gives me the chance to end Starjammer LLC. But when you're sitting around the hearth, barely able to walk, telling stories to your future grandkids, hardly able to recollect your 20s, when those hazy, milky white memories come back, be sure you tell them the part of the story where I beat you within an inch of your life. I want you to remember, Jacob, it was I who legitimized your company. It was me who brought Pistolero into Starjammer. It was my bruised body and my blood that lined your pockets with cash. And just as I brought this demon upon the earth, I'm going to be the one who will take it behind the shed and put a bullet between its eyes, once and for all.
You shut up! You shut your goddamn mouth! You know what, Mikey? I have to get something off my chest. I lied. It's never been business, not for a goddamn second. It's always been personal. I hate you. I hate your stupid hick face. I hate the way you'd walk into my conference room stinking of whiskey. And most of all, I hate the way you'd walk around with my money in your pocket, laboring under the delusion that you're somehow my equal. I'm not just gonna retire you at 0 hour. I'm gonna put you in a wheelchair for the rest of your life.
Oh, Selena Adams with a bulldog. It's absolute chaos. Jay Scott versus Michael Young at 0, but what the hell's an end of a line match?